Hello world, this is Bible Time Capsule. I'm Citizen. Today's readings for January 18th, 2014. We are starting the second book of Samuel, otherwise called the second book of Kings, chapter 1. Let's begin then. The second book of Samuel, otherwise called the second book of Kings. The first section is titled Feigned Killer of Saul and Jonathan. Now it came to pass after Saul was dead that David returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites and abode 2 days in Sicily. And on the third day there appeared a man who came out of Saul's camp with his garments rent and dust strewed on his head. And when he came to David, he fell upon his face and adored. And David said to him, From whence comest thou? And he said to him, I am fled out of the camp of Israel. And David said unto him, What is the matter that is come to pass? Tell me. He said, The people are fled from the battle, and many of the people are fallen and dead. Moreover, Saul and Jonathan his son are slain. And David said to the young man that told him, How knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan his son are dead? And the young man that told him said, I came by chance upon Mount Gilboa, and Saul leaned upon his spear, and the chariots and horsemen drew nigh unto him. And looking behind him and seeing me, he called me, and I answered, Here I am. And he said to me, Who art thou? And I said to him, I am an Amalecite. Amalecite. And he said to me, Stand over me and kill me, for anguish has come upon me, and as yet my whole life is in me. So standing over him, I killed him, for I knew that he could not live after the fall. And I took the diadem that was on his head, and the bracelet that was on his arm, and I have brought them hither to thee, my Lord. Then David took hold of his garments and rent them, and likewise all the men that were with him. And they mourned and wept, and fasted until evening for Saul, and for Jonathan his son, and for the people of the Lord, and for the house of Israel, because they were fallen by the sword. And David said to the young man that told him, Whence art thou? And he answered him, I am the son of a stranger of Amalek. David said to him, Why didst thou not fear to put out thy hand and to kill the Lord's anointed? And David, calling one of his servants, said, Go near and fall upon him. And he struck him so that he died. And David said to him, Thy blood be upon thy own head, for thy own mouth hath spoken against thee, saying, I have slain the Lord's anointed. Next section. David's lamentation. And David made this kind of lamentation over Saul and over Jonathan his son. Also he commanded that they should teach the children of Judah to use the use of the bow, as it is written in the book of Just. And he said, Consider, O Israel, for them that are dead, wounded on thy high places. The illustrious of Israel are slain upon thy mountains. How are the valiant fallen? Tell it not in Geth, publish it not in the streets of Ascalon, lest the daughters of the Philistines rejoice, lest the daughters of the uncircumcised triumph. Ye mountains of Gilboa, let neither dew nor rain come upon you, neither be they fields of first fruits, for there was cast away the shield of the valiant, the shield of Saul, as though he had not been anointed with oil. From the blood of the slain, from the fat of the valiant, the arrow of Jonathan never turned back, and the sword of Saul did not return empty. Saul and Jonathan, lovely and comely in their life, even in death they were not divided. They were swifter than eagles, stronger than lions. Ye daughters of Israel, Weep over Saul, who clothed you with scarlet and delights, who gave you ornaments of gold for your attire. How are the valiant fallen in battle, Jonathan slain in the high places. I grieve for thee, my brother Jonathan, exceedingly beautiful and amiable to me above the love of women. As the mother loveth her only son, so did I love thee. How are the valiant fallen, and the weapons of war perished. That's the end of chapter 1 of the second book of Samuel, otherwise called the second book of Kings. We have an image, and beneath it, it reads, Joab took 3 lances and thrust them into the heart of Absalom. David wept, My son Absalom, Absalom, my son, would that I might die for thee. Samuel 18:14 through 33. So that's the end. This is Bible Time Capsule, and I'm Citizen. Peace. I'm out.